Jim Warvell grew up in Darke County, Ohio, the birthplace of Annie Oakley. Always the showman, Jim spent most of his youth working for various Wild West shows and ranches. In the mid-1950s, he met his wife, Jan Wilkie, at the Circle T Ranch Rodeo in Indianatown, Florida. The two married in 1957 and soon began working on specialty acts together. In the early 60s, Jim Warvell began collecting white horses for the family specialty act. He did not know it then, but a Cremello gelding by the name of White Feather, bought at an Indiana horse auction, would change the family's life forever. The 14 three-hand quarter horse would become the centerpiece for the family act, which was performed all over the United States and abroad. In 1962, the family act known as the Arena Kachinas made its debut. Jan Warvell, Jim's wife, would don an Indian headdress playing the part of Princess Kachina and ride bareback without a bridle. The show's finale was a spectacular feat. Jan would stand on White Feather and jump over a parked car in the middle of the arena. When asked about White Feather, Jan says, "He had wings and he made me a star." White Feather was retired from the act after 2 decades of service and never missing a jump. He is buried at the family farm in Weatherford. Jim's part in the act was that of the bumbling press photographer. He'd make the audience laugh as a clown and then dazzle them with his acrobatics. The family schedule was intense, in a typical 6-month stint that would begin in Wichita and end in Mexico City, performing in Texas, California, New Mexico, and even Puerto Rico in between. They have performed at Madison Square Garden, the Montreal World's Fair, Japan, Brazil, and Kuwait, just to name a few. The couple's 2 daughters, Tony and Sona, are both adept riders. They were able to hone their skills in the family act and both roam and ride in the act. Today, Tony is extremely active in the cutting horse industry, both in riding and in judging. She is a top NCHA money winner and among the best in the business when it comes to training young and problem horses. It has been said that she has entered more arenas standing up on 2 horses than most people do sitting down. Sona is a 3-time winner of the Miss Rodeo contest and was a contestant at the Miss Texas pageant in 1983. In 1992, she was working for Bo Derek exhibiting horses when she was asked to play Annie Oakley in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in Disney Village at Disneyland Paris. In her 18 years with the show, she has given over 3,500 performances. When asked about her marksmanship as Annie Oakley, Sona says, "I never miss. That's Disney magic, you know." In the 1980s, Jim and Jan turned their knowledge of horses toward a new endeavor. They began raising and racing thoroughbreds. Their best horse yet has been Two Wit, the son of 1994 Horse of the Year Holly Bull. Jim also trained former Texas Horse of the Year Honky Tonk Blaze. According to Jim, the pride of the barn these days is the daughter of Two Wit, Texas Country Doll. She has made the boards in 6 of her 7 starts, and Jim plans to race her in some of the Texas Stakes later this year.
It's Texas Country Doll Gate to Wire.
The Warvells are the epitome of Americana and one of the hardest working families in Texas. Their love for the Western lifestyle shines through in their everyday activities. Warvell Family 2010 Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame inductees.